the Stoeger M3K 3-gun ready shotgun. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD, and this is a gun that I've actually purchased myself. Pretty damn cool shotgun for the money. These are running at about £550 here in the UK. That's like less than half the price of the Benelli SP, the M2. You know, them things are what, 1500, 1600 quid here in the UK. But you know, if you don't want to spend that sort of money, Benelli money, then you know, and you want a 3-gun ready shotgun, then this thing really does take some beating for the price. Stoeger, yeah, they're Turkish shotguns are pretty damn good now. Yeah, admittedly, when they first come out, they're a little bit iffy on quality, but the M3K, pretty cool. The M3000, the predecessor of this, was pretty cool as well. Didn't actually get my hands on one of them, but as soon as I picked this thing up, I was like, that is a cool shotgun. And having put about 1,000 rounds through it now, bird shot, buckshot, slug shot, I don't think I've got any complaints, to be honest. Just for the value, sheer value for money, this thing is so cool. It really is so cool. And you know me guys, I like my shotguns, I really do. So let's just throw out some specs then. 24-inch barrel, synthetic stock, as you can see. Overall length is just under 46 inches. I have done a few little mods on this that you may have noticed already, but I'll talk a bit more about them in a second. 9+1 capacity, so you've got a 9-shot, well, a 9-round capacity tubular magazine there. Semi-automatic, inertia operated, not gas, so a little bit more reliable than a gas operated shotgun. Certainly a lot cleaner to run as well, because basically all the crap is going straight out of the barrel, rather than some of it being, you know, crap as in gas, mucky, dirty gas being used and sort of coming back to cycle the action. None of that with an inertia shotgun, when I can say it. God, I'm on the decks today. Anyway, sorry, I'm being a bit silly tonight. I should just cut this video right now, shouldn't I? It's just been one of them days, guys. Yeah, so DJ RACKNLOAD here on the decks, doing a bit of a remix when I can actually speak. Yeah, an inertia operated shotgun basically doesn't use any of the gas. It's basically using the recoil of the fired shot, basically. So, and what I have found with that, and you guys that probably run inertia, well, you guys that have run inertia shotguns or already run inertia shotguns, you'll know that with an inertia operated shotgun, you've got to hold it pretty well in your shoulder, because it is relying on the inertia basically, to sort of cycle the action. So if you're not sort of holding it properly, you know, and it doesn't get that bump on the stock, then you might have reliability issues. But as long as you're holding it right, then you know, you're pretty much rocking and rolling. Weight wise, and I'm quite impressed with the weight and the balance of this shotgun. 7.3 pounds, but it just feels dead light in your hand. You know, obviously when you load it up, a little bit heavier, especially if you're doing a bit of slug shooting, and I've done plenty of slug shooting with this. But what I'll do is I'll just tell you about the little mods that I've done. They are sort of just minuscule little mods, but I found that it's improved the shotgun slightly. But one of them, if you're in competition, is a little bit iffy. I'll talk about that. But all I've done basically is just got the good old grip tape out on the slippy bits. So there on the pistol grip, bit of grip tape there. That's made a load of difference. And on the forend, You see like these recesses here. I've just ran some grip tape down there. It's basically where your fingertips, sorry guys, I'm off camera, basically where your fingertips land, you know, and your thumb lands when you grip the forend. It just adds a little bit of traction. The forend is fairly grippy, but it's got, as you can see, it's got like this checkering. It's not amazingly sharp, and you know, if you've got sort of wet or sort of sweaty hands, then it's going to slip a little bit. That just adds a little bit of traction. So it works for me anyway. It works for me. So anyway, let's take it from the top then, and we'll look at the M3K in detail. So taking it from the stock end, a nice soft rubberized ventilated recoil pad. You got Stoeger's logo there, and then it is a pretty damn straight ambidextrous stock really. There's no sort of cheap piece on it. Hollow synthetic polymer, you know, plain and simple. You've got like a sling swivel hole there, so you can sort of chuck in or chuck on a sling if you want. And then moving on to the pistol grip that you've just seen briefly. My little mod there makes all the difference. Checkering, again, not bad, it's just not mega sharp. And then at the bottom of the pistol grip you've got Stoeger's logo, which looks pretty cool. And then moving on to the actual receiver itself, aircraft aluminium, in like this matte black finish, the same as what the barrel is in. You know, looks kind of nice. Now, while we sort of mention that, I'm thinking of, I don't know, I'm toying with the idea of getting the magazine and the barrel cerakoted in that blue. I don't know, it'll look pretty cool. I don't know, I'm umming and ahhing with that. Oh, forgot to mention my other little mod, True Lock Doorbuster, just for looks. But bear in mind guys, if you do competition, having one of these chokes on will instantly put you in open class, so you will be up against like the mag-fed shotguns. So probably not a good idea, but for me, for when I'm sort of playing, yeah, I just chuck it on, you know. Thing is, it makes the dirties up the end of the magazine, but I think that just looks cool more than anything. A few powder burns on it. Anyway, I digress. Moving on to where were we? We're back onto the receiver. So yeah, aircraft aluminium. Notice as well, it has been screwed and tapped for a rail. So if you want to throw on a red dot, then you can. You know, you just have to pull out these sort of plastic bits, and then you've got a thread there, so you can throw on a rail. I might just chuck on a rail, just, you know, just so it looks pretty cool. I don't know, you know what I'm like guys, I'm all about the look, but cool factor I guess, I don't know. You've got Stoeger's logo there, M3K. That's kind of confuses things. It's got Stoeger M3000, which was this shotgun's predecessor. You've got that stamped on the side, yet you've got M3K. A little confusing, but then moving on to, and this is where the good stuff starts, the trigger guard. Worth noting that is polymer, so it's keeping the weight down, I guess. Trigger's pretty plain and simple. I'll give it a pull in a minute actually, so I'll just give that a pull anyway. So I was just messing about with some dummy shells prior to this video, getting prepared for my video, which is something I don't often do. And then as you can see, you've got an enlarged, if you can get it in the light properly, an enlarged crossbolt safety catch, which is really nice for all those safety on and offs that you will do in practical shotgun or 3-gun. That is a nice touch. Like I say, the M3K is ready to go for 3-gun as soon as you get it out of the box. As you can see, you've got the huge bolt handle there, cocking handle. Look at the size of that thing, and that really is a nice feature. Love that. As well as the bolt release button, done in the blue, looks so cool. It's got Stoeger's logo on there as well. But that are two little mods, well, 3 little mods, you know, that's already done, you know, which basically makes this shotgun a 3-gun ready shotgun. But they haven't finished there, and this is where it really gets good and potentially saves you quite a bit of money. Now, a lot of guys that have this type of shotgun, you know, they'll sort of trick them out a little bit. One of the mods that they will do is they'll get the Dremel tool out and they'll take loads of meat from the loading gate area. Okay, so hang on a sec. Let's just cock it so I can sort of demonstrate what I'm talking about. So they'll take loads of meat from the cocking area. Stoeger have already done this, so can you see there? They've sort of milled out loads already, so you haven't really got to touch this. I know guys will, and I've seen videos where guys have. They've took even more out. Look at that, dead easy for loading. I mean, I'm not the fastest. I'm certainly no expert at sort of loading. You know, I can't quad load to save my life, but I can sort of double load or twin load, whatever you want to call it. Pretty easy. I mean, yeah, it's a new shotgun. That is still a little bit springy, but I guess after a lot of use it'll sort of get easier. I mean, guys may even take the spring out. I don't know, you know, I'm not one for sort of doing a lot of sort of custom work on shotguns especially, but you guys that sort of are really into your 3-gun would make that better, I'm sure. But no, loads of meat taken out of there, which is really, really cool. So features wise, you are sort of pretty much loaded with the M3K as far as 3-gun practical shotgun disciplines are concerned. You are good to go straight out of the box. Like I said, big crossbolt safety, enormous cocking handle. That thing has got its own postcode, and you've got the huge bolt release, you know, as well as all that meat that's been taken out on the loading gate. That is just awesome, you know. That saved you a lot of money straight away, as is, or as has, the actual price of the shotgun anyway, you know. Under £600 here in the UK. Show me another shotgun that is ready to rock like that you haven't got to do anything to. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's pretty damn cool. Anyway, while we're sort of looking at this end, I am going to give the trigger a pull, just for fun. It's a little heavy, but I mean, that's you need something heavy as a competition gun, I think. Let's give it a pull, see what it does. Whoa, 9.8 pounds. Can't really see that. There we go. 9.8 pounds. Let's give that another one. That may not have. I knew it was heavy, but I didn't think it was that heavy. Give it another pull. Okay, 8.7 pounds. It's a heavy trigger, but you want a heavy trigger on a competition shotgun. So, competition as in practical 3-gun shotgun. So, but just so cool, so cool. Anyway, moving along to well, while we sort of like I say, we're in this area, let's just have a look at the guts. Well, inside the breech. There we go. Now I've run excuse me, I've run quite a lot of rounds through this on my last outing, and all I did was basically run a bore snake through this. I've not stripped it down, and it has kept pretty clean. It's not majorly dirty, you know. That's the great thing about inertia shotguns. And then moving along to the barrel, as you can see, Got a nice high ventilated rib, that is cool. Gives you a real good sort of sight picture, should I say that, sight picture on a shotgun. Up front you've got a red fibre optic bead, that is nice as well. I might swap that out for a green one, a bigger one, I don't know, sort of longer one, I don't know, but it does the job, but I do like to sort of add a few little bits that I'm capable of doing myself. But yeah, fibre optic sight, absolute winner. But I just love the look of that high ventilated rib. It just looks totally cool, almost looks like an over-under shotgun at a glance. But really nice looking shotgun. Then, like I said, you've got the 9-shot magazine. We've sort of jumped past the forend here. I did touch on it briefly. Synthetic polymer forend, like I said, you've got like these. They're not amazingly sharp checkering panels. You know, at the 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and the 6 o'clock position. It'd just be nice if that was a bit sharper. But they're not bad. They're not bad. And then moving to the takedown nut. The takedown nut is quite cool. It looks pretty cool. It is metal, obviously, and you've got like this sling swivel loop here, which is on the actual takedown nut itself. Let's give it a strip down, and we'll have a look at the guts. So dead easy to strip down, guys, just like most sort of semi-auto shotguns. Now this is where I always fail on camera, and I'm going to get crap everywhere, all over my hang on a sec. I always fail stripping shotguns, guys. Well, I always fail stripping any gun on video. I don't know why I even attempt to do it. It's just so you guys can laugh. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. I'll leave it at that for now. Do you know, I think the reason I can't get that nut off at the minute is I've got that much powder and crap on there. I can't slide the nut off from that blooming True Lock doorbuster. Anyway, there you go. There's field strip for you. Runs pretty clean, like I said. So it's not amazingly dirty. And there's the, show you the bolt. You know, dead simple shotgun. You know, internally wise. Now, do I put this back together on camera, or do I cut? Ooh. Oh yeah, look at that. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think we'll leave that in, guys. We'll leave that in so you can watch that. Not amazingly impressive, but okay. So no, I'm failing a little bit. There we go. So that's kind of like your field strip. I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, like I was saying, I couldn't take that nut off because, oh my God, I'm sloppy. There's a bit of powder build up there. Can you see it there, look? Which is preventing me getting the nut off. I kind of like that though. I don't want to clean it off. It just looks badass. I suppose I'll have to, won't I? Now the M3K is chambered for obviously 12 gauge shotgun shells. It will take 3-inch shells, so nothing bigger. I found reliability wise it was pretty damn reliable. I had a couple of stovepipes and failure to feeds. I think that was just down to the fact that I wasn't sort of holding the gun properly with it being an inertia fed shotgun. That was down to me. Cartridge wise, I think anything sort of lower than 32 gram is going to struggle a little bit. I mean, I tried some super light loads and it just wasn't happening. It was just choking on everyone, which I knew it would. You know, at the end of the day, a semi-auto shotgun needs a little bit of oomph in the rounds that you feed it, you know, just to sort of move everything. But apart from that, you know, reliability wise, you know, with it being a new shotgun, you know, this one's probably probably just about sort of bed in now after 1,000 rounds. But I mean, they say a minimum sort of 200 sort of heavy loads you need to put through it just to sort of get it sort of up to speed, so to speak. But I mean, I put everything through this, you know. I've put obviously birdshot, put some heavy buckshot through it, slug rounds as well, put a lot of slug rounds through it. And what I did find as well with the slug rounds, this thing is pretty damn accurate. I mean, I had a gong set up, I think it's like 80 yards, literally this was either my first or second shot, just clanged it, rang that gong, you know, and it's pretty damn consistent as well. Alright, slug rounds aren't sort of consistent in the way they sort of well, trajectory wise, but this thing was spitting them out pretty accurately. I was quite impressed. Yeah, I was shooting off a bench, you know, with a rest and everything, but
50 yards on that
really, yeah, really quite impressive. But I'll just sort of show you how it, you know, how the action operates, you know, for those that don't know. Got some dummy rounds here, just sort of show you my dummy rounds, so don't worry, I'm not putting live rounds in them. So obviously load it up in the conventional way there. I put 3 in. They are all dummy rounds. If they're not, my wife is gonna be pissed in a minute because she's downstairs watching TV. So, well, this is something I'll demonstrate as well. So notice this, well, something I'll demonstrate and I'll sort of tell you about it. This button here is like your mag release. So not mag release as in magazine detachable release, but it's basically the mag stop. So I've got three rounds in the magazine now, and I'm racking it, nothing's been chambered. Press this little red button here, and that basically opens the magazine. So as you can see, one is being chambered. So you take your shot then, and then that ejects it, take shot, and so on. So that's pretty much how it works. You know, it's going to lock open after your last shot. So just thought I'd demonstrate with some dummy rounds there. But no guys, seriously though, what a cool shotgun. You know, for £550 here in the UK. Seriously, how do they do it? How does Stoeger do it? Well, I tell you how they do it. I think they're owned by Benelli, aren't they? And that is an interesting point, because the Benelli SP, I'll throw in a picture of it. Yeah, that shotgun is cool. It's like the Mutt's nuts, you know, and obviously it's going to be way more refined than this thing. But the guts are pretty much the same. So I've not got an SP here to sort of you know, compare with it. I should have really. I should have got older one. But they're pretty much the same gun. This one's just built, you know, a little bit cheaper. But for less than half the price, you know, you're not going to moan if you knock this about on a stage. You know, you're not really going to be crying if you put a scratch on it. Whereas £1,500–1,600 Benelli, I'm not going to be happy if I get marks on it or whatnot. But this thing, no problem. Throwing it in a dustbin on a stage when you're transitioning from gun to gun, you're not going to be bothered. So, and I think a shotgun like this, for me, is a keeper. Definitely a keeper. I mean, I love my shotguns, you know me guys. But I am really impressed with this. You know, I'd be more than happy to sort of use this thing at the clay ground. Obviously, not with that choke on, but I really would use this at the clay ground. You know, if you're as able to, FAC shotguns, and definitely it would be a great pigeon gun as well. I have tried it on pigeons. It works pretty well. And I have tried it on clays. Again, it works pretty well. But but I'm allowed to do that, guys. So just be careful if you have got one of these. Just make sure you're allowed to do those sort of things with an FAC shotgun. But yeah, guys, pretty damn cool. I just love this thing. I do. You know, it's kind of weird. I'm tending to use this more than my Typhoon F12 at the minute. I don't know why. I love box fed shotguns, but I don't know, there's something about this. It's just really cool. Really cool. So let's I've not got the box with me, it's just a plain sort of Stoeger box. But what comes in the box? Well, I've got it on the floor here. You get your your chokes. It's supplied with all the chokes you need, and as well, worth noting, yeah, I know I've got this this True Lock doorbuster on, but the chokes are sort of external, so to speak. So they do come to about there. So the magazine is slightly longer, which again gives it a pretty cool look, I suppose. But yeah, the good thing about these, you can sort of pinch them up with your fingers if need be. But I just like the look of that True Lock. So yeah, you get all your chokes in there. You get 4 chokes altogether. I don't know what I've done with the others. Get your choke key. Yeah, pretty standard. You get a few sort of shims as well to sort of adjust the cast or whatever. So pretty cool. You know, you get everything you pretty much need. The manual, again, it's got model 3000. You know, is it the M3000? Is it the M3K? It's a bit confusing. But yeah, it's not a bad manual actually. It's all in English, which is nice. Black and white diagrams and photographs. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad manual. Tells you how to put it together, because obviously it comes in bits in the box. So yeah, not a bad manual at all. So I'm just trying to look for, tells you how to sort of totally strip it out as well. Take the trigger group out if you need to, if you need to give it a sort of real good clean. I'm just trying to look for something in here. Where's that diagram again? There's that. So yeah, not a bad manual at all. Tells you how to put it all back together as well, which is always good, especially for me. So there's like that's all the chokes you get. Well, it's not all of them. It's I think you do. Yeah, you must just get 3. I thought there was more with this. So yeah, you get your modified. What is it? A modified full choke, and then cylinder choke as well. So, but you're going to use a cylinder mostly anyway for sort of 3 gun. You know, especially if you're going to bang a few slug through it as well. But always double check, you know, your chokes safety wise. And there's the trigger group exploded diagram. That's cool. And there's the bolt assembly, again exploded diagram. And the barrel. Forend assembly. Really cool. I mean, I do like it when they put exploded diagrams in, you know, but they cover everything with this. So yeah, really good. Well impressed with the manual. That is a real good manual actually, and there's a full sort of exploded diagram there. So 9 points. So that is it then, guys. That is your rack and load review of the M3K from Stoeger. The 3-gun ready shotgun straight out of the box. What a cool shotgun for the money. So cool. Look how big that bolt handle is. That is just insane. So cool. You can like use 2 hands on that thing. Awesome. Anyway guys, that is it. I think I've covered everything. If I haven't, it'll be in the details down below, as will all the specs of this shotgun. Thanks for watching. Stay subscribed. That's RACKNLOAD. See ya.